Hey, how's it going, everyone? Miwa here again, and I'm bringing y'all a Metal Beast Box deck profile today because it's actually one of the top decks at the moment, just because of how the format's changed, and we all kind of speculated that Naganadel was going to be one of the top decks right now, just because of how everything's going, and with the loss of Parallel City and Garbotoxin, just works a lot better now. So let's get to it. So it is going to be Naganadel Metal Beast Box, and the deck's actually really consistent and it's really good. And I myself, I'm not a fan of playing decks that are good because I don't know. I just don't have fun with good decks. I like to play at least rogue decks or decks that people don't consider that are good. But yeah, like I'm saying the deck's really good. I just don't like playing the deck because it's good. And I know it sounds dumb, but that's just me. But yeah, so let's get started with the deck profile. So for Pokemon, you're playing 3 Naganadels, and you're mainly going for Naganedel's first attack, which is Beast Raid. And what Beast Raid does, it does 20 more damage for each of your Ultra Beasts in play. So it's a Zoroark for Ultra Beast. And if you understand Zoroark with Ritus beating, it's a good attack. You're doing 120 if you have a full bench of Ultra Beast, 150 if you have a Choice Band and you're swinging AGX Pokemon, 180 if you have it with Beast Energy, which is a lot of damage for a single energy, which is really good. So three of these. Next, you're doing 4 copies of Poipole, because Poipole is the baby form of Naganadel. So you're playing the 70 HP one because I think that's all we have right now, which means it's good. So anything that can hit 60 won't one shot it. When the new Poipole comes out, I believe in the fairy set, I forgot what's the name of it, or it might come out before that. I get confused on sets. You will be playing the newer one because it lets you check what's all in your prize, and that's actually really good because it saves you the time of going through your deck when you're going Ultra Balling or using Ultra Space or something to figure out what's all in there, when you can just use Poipole and see automatically what's in your prizes. And I believe it's still 70 HP, so that's really good. So 4 Poipoles. Next, you're playing MVP of the deck, or what makes Naganadel so broken, is 4 Stack-Attackas. And Stack-Attacka's ability, you're using it for Ultra Wall, which is your Ultra Beasts take 10 less damage from your opponent's attacks, which means Naganedel's 210 HP now becomes basically 240 if you have 3 of them on the board, or 250 if you have all 4, which means Naganadel is just going to be beefy. And you can also play this with Dustmane Necrozma as well, and make a deck where you're taking 60 less damage each turn if you play with Mellow Frying Pan, which I believe I uploaded a video on that, and it's just it just makes the deck super beefy. You can also use Sagataka as an attacker in this deck, and I'll explain later on why. Or I believe it was the same reason as I stated in the other video with one of the cards that we were playing in the deck. But yeah, you need 4 Stack-Attackas, and that's actually very crucial. You do not play 3, you need to play 4. 4 is what you need. Next, we're playing 1 Dustmane Necrozma GX, and that's just as a backup attacker, because of his second attack, Meteor Tempest, just does a lot of damage. One shots anything on board. Next, we're playing 1 Baby Dustmane Necrozma, which is really good, and this is where I'm bringing up the having Stack-Attack GX as an attacker. Because with Dustmane, using Dust Shot, You can hit a Lele, bring it down to 110, meaning Stack Attack can KO it. Naganadel can KO it. You can hit a Zoroark and bring it down to 150, which means Stack Attacker with Choice Band is able to KO a Zoroark. Sadly, Naganadel will still not be able to one shot the Zoroark because of the fact that Zoroark is resistant to Psychic. So you at least have to double dust shot a you have to double dust shot a Naganadel. I mean a Zoroark in order to one shot it with Naganadel. But you can still one shot it with it. You can still KO it with Stack Attacker's attack. Lycanroc, Dust Shot, Naganadel, KO. And it's a 1-card prize attacker. So it's really good against GXs with 210 HP or less. Because it just sets you up to KO it next turn with Stack Attacker or Naganadel. So that's really good. I'm playing one copy of Marshadow. And the reason why we're playing the one copy of Marshadow is just for its less loose ability, which is a Judge as an ability. So it saves you your supporter for the turn, which means if you play Marshadow and then you like Judge them with its ability and you draw into a Cynthia, you play what you need, and then you can still Cynthia, you can still Lele, you can still Guzma. So it just saves you you wasting a supporter for the turn. And last, I'm playing one copy of Lele because you really don't want to fill up your bench with any unnecessary Pokemon. So, be like Ultra Beast. So 1 Lele and 1 Marshadow. You play it on situations, which it's not that hard. But it's just like if you have more copies of Lele's and you're forced to place them on your field, you're lowering Stack Attacker's offensive ability, and you're gonna end up having to rely on Stack Attacker. And I think I said that backward. You're lowering Naganadel's offensive abilities, and you're having to rely on Stack Attacker to attack. So having just 1/1 is fine. I have been thinking of maybe just taking Tapu Lele out because the deck effects are really consistent, and I rarely use Lele at times. So that's just a thought that I've been having. But that's the Pokemon lineup. I believe that is a 15 Pokemon lineup I have, which isn't bad. Getting them out on the bench is not that hard. So next we go on to supporters. And supporters going to be very standard. You're playing 4 Cynthias, which is one of your go-to supporters for draws, because you shuffle your hand and you draw 6. So you play 4 of her. I'm playing 3 Lilies because Lily right now is by far one of your best supporters as well. And if you play 3, you're somewhat guaranteed to get her on your first turn. So you're drawing up to 8 is really good. And even then later on in the game when you have like 2 cards drawing forward up to 6, it's still good. So she's really one of your best draw powers right now as well. Next we're playing 3 Guzmas. And that's just to Guzma up anything that you want to KO once you have the shot. So if you like have Lele at 110, Guzma it up, bring your Naganadel out, KO it. Lycanroc, KO it. Buzzwalk, KO it. So 3 Guzmas is good. 2 Tame Lizas just because the switch part and the draw power is really good. Still playing 1 Judge. Although we have Marshadow in the deck, I was still playing 1 Judge just to be able to put my opponent down to 4. 1 Pokemon Fan Club. Been thinking of probably just bumping it down and playing none because you can still get everything you out without having to play Fan Club. And we're doing 1 Acerola because since we're playing either basics or stage 1 Pokemon, 1 Acerola in the deck is actually really good because it's easy to set up another Naganadel really quick. So that's the supporters. Next, on to items. We're playing 3 Ultra Space. Most people play 4. I'm playing 3 because I just like I guess I just like the 3s in the deck. And I always get it every time. So it's not. So having it at 3 is actually pretty okay. And if your opponent's, and we're in a format where your opponent's probably not going to be playing Field Blower. At most, they're playing one Field Blower. So unless they're playing the deck with the Nut Stadium, Ultra Space is just going to stay on there for as long as you need it. So that's kind of a plus. Next, we're doing 3 choice bands. And it's just for the extra damage on Naganadel to hit 150 or 180, depending on if you have Beast Energy or not, which is really good. So it gives an extra 30 damage if it attacks with EX or GX Pokemon. And the OP card of the deck, we're going to triple Beast Rings. And once they KO your first Naganadel, it just sets you up amazingly to have either on your Dustmane and Crossman GX to just double Beast Ring on it. Your stack attackers, just Beast Ring opens up a lot and it accelerates your energy like crazy. So 3 Beast Rings. We're playing 3 Nest Balls in the deck because Nest Ball is your best way of getting out your basics, and they've actually gone up in price from what they were originally because of how Bridget's gone. So Apricorn Maker into double Nest Ball is actually like your best bet of going into what you need. And you can still play, I mean, you can play Fan Club because it'll do the same thing. But if you go Apricorn Maker into Nest Balls, you're thinning out your deck a lot more by at least 3 cards max. No, it'll be 4 cards max. So that's really good. 2 Mysterious Treasures just to get Naganadel to hand or Poipo if you don't get your Ultra Space. And it also searches out Lele and Marshadow, so this 2 Mysterious Treasures is fine. Because throughout the thing, you're only going to use Mysterious Treasures to get either Lele and Marshadow. If you don't have Ultra Space, you're going to get your Naganadels and Poipos. But if you have Ultra Space, you're going to be getting everything. Next, we're playing 2 Switch. Just because your opponent's going to try and put Stack Attacker out as your active. And that's just so they can buy time, because Stack Attacker's retreat cost is 3. So 2 switches is actually really good in the deck. Next, we're going 1 Rescue Stretcher. Just because you can bring back any Stack Attackers that were probably KO'd and just put on the bench. Any Poipos, grab a Naganadel if you need to. So Rescue Stretcher is really good. And next, we're doing 1 Field Blower because, like I said, you only need 1 Field Blower right now because there's really not much you need to get rid of in this format. Just because, yeah, your opponent has Choice Man, but if you're playing Beast Box, all they're doing is just going back to original attack because Stack Attack is just going to minus it. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. And for energies, you're playing 12 energies, which is just 11 steals, or basically 12 steals, because Beast Energy becomes any energy you need for your Ultra Beast. But yeah, but that's Metal Beast Box. The deck's super consistent. It's actually really strong right now. But that might be changing because apparently Buzzwall is doing, not Buzzwall, but Guzzlord's doing some stuff. Just because once your it's Guzzlord, Zoroark, Macargo, because once your opponent KOs either your first Zoroark, you're opened up to KO them with Guzzlord, because you're going to be opened up to Beast Rings, which means you're going to get a KO on them regardless, because you're going to probably have a choice band, so you're going to hit 210 at most right now, which means that's a knockout on Lele, Buzzwall, Zoroark, Lycanroc, and afterwards, if they bring out in their GX, they're just gonna use Guzzlord's GX and take the remaining 4. So it's basically, if your opponent's not playing safe, they're gonna lose either by turn 4 at most, if they're not playing it safe. Which is like, oh my god, I wasn't prepared. But yeah, let me know what you think about the deck. If there's any changes that should be made, or if there's anything, or if it should stay the same. But like I said, I've been playing it. It's been winning. It's been really consistent, which is really good. but I don't like playing good decks because I'm a bad player. But yeah, I'll try to upload videos probably every 2 days or every day during the week. Weekends, I'm usually not gonna upload much. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I will be posting more content. There will be a video I will post tomorrow for another deck, so stay tuned for that. And this was me. Signing out. Peace.